A pod is a group of one or more containers, or it may be a contains shared resources, all the resources like volumes, networks, storage, and everything, or it may be an IP address. So the pod may be basically one or more containers. Only the containers will be there in one box, or the containers and the resources will be there, or only the shared resources will be there. Anything will be there. So basically a pod ante oka just imagine like a circle in the picture మీరు చూడొచ్చు ఇంకా సో ఒక కంటైనర్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, ఆర్ మేబీ కంటైనర్ ప్లస్ రిసోర్సెస్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, ఓన్లీ రిసోర్సెస్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు. ఎనీథింగ్ కెన్ బి ఎ పాడ్. దట్స్ ద బేసిక్ డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద పాడ్ అన్నమాట. అండ్ నోడ్ అంటే వచ్చేసి నథింగ్ బట్ EC2 instances or virtual missions in this Kubernetes services. So we ఇక్కడ మన Kubernetes services లో 2 nodes ఉంటాయి. One is a master node and the one is a worker node. And the master node is managed by the AWS people, and worker node we need to manage and we need to create that worker node. Okay, so these are the 2 definitions that we need to know before entering into the EKS. I think it's clear for you. Do you have any doubt in this? Pod and node.
So the nodes, right? So you have 2 ways to create nodes actually. One way, if you are using EKS, you could use either nodes with EC2 instances or node with a fargate. Fargate means we are not going to provision any instances. Basically, we create a container cluster and we deploy the applications, and the infrastructure, that means the virtual machines, the AWS people are going to maintain that virtual machines basically. Okay,
so that's the definition of pod and the node. So let us see what is the definition of EKS, that is Elastic Kubernetes Container Services. So it's a cloud-based managed container service which is integrated with Kubernetes to deploy the application. It is also a container service only, but we deploy this container service on Cubectl. That's the basic definition of EKS. So let us deploy an application in EKS. So in order to deploy an application in EKS, we need some prerequisites that, like, we need to create a cluster and we need to create a node group. And while creating the node group will create the worker nodes. And we need to install Cubectl in our laptop. So these are the prerequisites that we need before deploying an application in Kubernetes. So we can create a cluster in 3 ways, like we can use a Cubectl or CLI or AWS management console. So I used console to create a cluster. So let me share that screen for you. So how I created the cluster. So this is my AWS screen. So first I'll go to EKS dashboard. And here you can click on the add cluster. Just create a cluster. And here just give the cluster name like cluster 1, 2, 3. And there will be a version. So just set the default version. This is the latest version, that is 1.21 version. And for this cluster, we need an IAM role for the cluster. Okay, so let's create the IAM role. This role I already created here that I used for previous cluster. So let's create one more IAM role here for the cluster. I can show you what the policies we need to keep for creating cluster. IAM. So just go to roles, create a role. This is for AWS service. And here in this use case, we need to select the EKS, not the Lambda or EC2, because we are creating the role for EKS. So just select EKS cluster. We are creating the role for EKS cluster. So just click on the EKS cluster. So Amazon EKS cluster, this is policy that we are going to add for this role. And role name, role 1, 2, 3. And just set all the default things. I don't have any tags. If you have, just create the role. So my role was created. Let's go back to cluster creation. And here, just refresh the page here and select the role that you have created. And I don't have any tags for this cluster. I'm just clicking next. And setting the default VPC and default net subnets here. And I just kept the cluster endpoint as a public. So, and now my cluster is going to create here. It will take some time for the cluster to create. So in the meanwhile, let's install Cubectl. So here we need to note that we need to install Cubectl not on our any instance. We need to install on the computer, on our personal laptop. So I just open the command prompt here.
Honey, we cannot see that. We cannot see.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I share the screen.
Yeah. Can you share that one as well?
Yeah, sure. Can you see the command prompt here?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So this is my command prompt. So here I just use the documentation from here. 1 second. I'm just searching for the documentation, Vishnu. 1 minute.
Oh, yeah. Take your time, Rani. You're doing really, really great. Take your time.
Yeah. 1 second.
So you have installed Kubernetes and
yes, I already installed Kubernetes on my laptop. So I can show you the commands what I used. So first I just downloaded the Kubernetes file from the document.
Okay. So basically you set up Kubernetes on Windows, right?
Yeah, on Windows. Yeah, on Windows.
Okay.
So this is my Cubectl file that I have downloaded.
Okay.
So after downloading it, I just went to my command prompt.
Okay.
So here I downloaded the file, right? The file is in my download folder. I just go in download folder and I'll just press, see my file is there or not. It starts with K, so I just give the command here. So this is my Cubectl file. I just downloaded this one. And I'll run this Cubectl file from my laptop, my Windows laptop, Cubectl. And now the Cubectl is installed on my laptop now. let us check whether it's correct or installed or not by checking the version, kubectl version. Kubectl.
Space dash version, I guess.
No. Get svn. Kubectl space hyphen version. Kubectl hyphen.
Try with one hyphen actually.
Okay.
Cubectl space hyphen version, maybe.
Sure. No, sure.
It's invalid.
I just checked. Yeah, I just checked it.
Okay.
Actually, ఇప్పుడే అది ఇన్స్టాల్ చేశాను just now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just checking for the command to check the version of the kubectl, whether it's installed properly or not. So, or else we can give the other command also to check whether it's installed or not.
When you run that kubectl command, right, Rani, you see help. You see all the flags, right? That means kubectl installed properly.
Install. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you say kubectl is installed properly, it should be the specific version. Remember, you created a cluster with a specific version. So we need to make sure it belongs to that specific version. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, do you wanna see the command to just check the specific
version of this kubectl? Yeah. So I'm not getting that command where I missed a command. I think so. Right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll check whether it's working properly or not. Let's go back to a console once, and let's check whether our cluster was created or not here. Yeah, so our cluster is still in creating status only.
Okay, you can go there and try kubectl -help maybe.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah, since it's it's still being created, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's try.
Kubectl -help.
Enter.
Yeah,
you see the version. Do you see anything called version actually?
I didn't see any version here.
Look at the top. You see that the def apply all the no top. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Use kubectl
kubectl
-v space -v just -v. Yeah, enter.
Okay.
No.
Plugins argument.
Can you check ones without hyphen, like kubectl space version?
Yeah, space version. It's giving some warning for me. Client version.
Yeah, that's good. Client version is v1.23. So you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the version.
Yeah. Okay. So my Cubectl is perfectly installed.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's go back to the console and check whether it's our cluster was created or not. It's still in the creating status only.
Okay.
Yeah. So unless the cluster created, we cannot do anything. We cannot create any node groups or not do anything here.
Okay.
Yeah. We need to wait for 2 more minutes. Actually, this cluster in creation will take some time.
So what did you choose, Rani? Did you choose target or did you choose
I chose EC2.
EC2? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can see my old cluster. This is my old cluster, previous cluster. I can open this one and I can show you.
Okay.
So this is my previous cluster I have created here.
Okay.
So here in the compute column, there's a node group here, right? So we need to add a node group. So we need to give some node group name.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And for this node group also, we need IAM role for this also. So let's go back to IAM again and create one more role for node group. Now we are creating the role for node group. Previously, we created a role for EKS, for cluster. And now we are going to create the role for node group.
Okay.
Yeah, so the node groups I'm choosing is EC2. So now I'm creating the role for EC2 here.
Because you are using EC2 as a node?
Yes, worker node. As a worker node, I'm using EC2. So that's why I'm selecting EC2.
Okay.
Yeah. So here we need to mention some policies that worker node has to access. So I want my worker node to access my container registry, and I want my worker node to have EKS worker node access, full access, and cluster access. I want these access for the role. So I'm just choosing those roles here. I don't know why my filter is not working here. I need to type all the whole thing here.
No, just type enter, enter. No. Yeah, you see.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so this is one policy, EKS CNI policy. This is one policy here. And then Amazon EKS.
enter, you will see all the, there's nothing
Not
there.
no,
Okay.
worker node actually. So I'm not getting that one.
Okay.
Amazon EKS container registry. And I want only read-only access for this.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know why it is not showing here. Maybe I need to manually check it out.
No, look for just type read only.
Read only. No.
Actually, yeah, okay.
I don't know why the filter is not working. Amazon. Okay, yes.
Unselect this actually. The one you have there, Rani, unselect. Yeah.
Okay.
Now look for the filter actually.
Amazon EKS. If I type Amazon EKS, it should show all the policies related to EKS, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but it's not showing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just go manually and just show you what are the roles I'm just going to use here.
Okay. But you have 735 policies over there.
Yeah, but I just remember the names of the policies, so I'm just searching for the names. Here this is worker node, EKS, Amazon EKS worker node policies here, right? So
Okay.
I'm just selecting that one.
Okay.
And one more policy I wanted. Container registry, EC2 container registry.
Okay.
Container registry.
Okay.
Yeah, and that Amazon. And this policy and I policy. So I'm just using these three policies here. So you can see the policies here, these 3 policies I just added. That's CNI policy, content registry full access, and worker node policy.
Okay.
So I'm adding these 3 policies for my role. So this is EC2 role, right? So I'm just EC2 role. So my role is created. Yeah, role is created, and let's go back to the eCase now and just refresh the screen once and select the role that you just created here. Why it is not showing the role here? Is it not created? Successfully created. Yeah. What is this?
Rani, refresh the screen.
Okay. Yeah. Not highlighting.
You are using this IAM role for different cluster, not the cluster for your.
I'm just creating node group, Vishnu, now.
Okay.
Oh, for the different cluster. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Correct.
So you are creating node group for the different cluster.
Correct. Yeah, now this cluster is created. So let's do in this cluster now.
Yeah.
Add a node group here. And,
Now you need to create IAM actually. Go to IAM console.
okay.
Right here. You need to go from here. Is that to create new IAM role? No, go back to your previous step, Rani.
Okay.
Yeah, you see that IAM console?
Yes.
Yeah, if you click on there and create the role.
Okay, and I need to create here.
Yeah. This is kind of tricky, right?
Yeah. I need to explore more on this.
So Vishnu, after creating the IAM role, can't we access anywhere?
So that specific role with a specific permissions belongs to that only specific node group that you are creating.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is so what's happening is basically you are getting cross account permissions. The EKS is somewhere and your account needs some permissions to provision EKS or whatever node group or whatever. So you are getting those cross account permissions from Amazon people. That's what it seems like. It's kind of tricky, but it shouldn't like that way.
So these are 3 same policies I just added here. And I'm created a role.
Yeah, it's
Role name already exists here. Okay. So yeah, my role is created here. And let's go back to EKS cluster and refresh here the screen. And I should see, but it's not highlighting, Vishnu. Why it is not highlighting?
click on the no, it's not highlighting.
Yeah, it's not highlighting, only the test node is there. That's the previous, role and I have created. It is not coming.
Yeah, try to
do anything, any fault.
It says missing required policy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you click on the
name. Node 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
no, I don't get you. What it is?
Yeah, go to that node IAM role. Yeah. Missing required policies. You see that you did not add the
content registry. Yes, correct. Yeah, I missed one policy here.
The last time also you did not add that policy, maybe. No?
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, you can add that policy. Good catch, Ramya.
Thank you, Ramya.
No problem.
Vishnu, I just added here, right? EC2 container registry full access.
Can you go back there again? Can you go back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that. So Amazon EC2 container registry read only.
Read. Oh, okay. I just give full access here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, because you're making changes to. Yeah, you can remove that actually. So click on that first. Yeah, if it is a full access, you cannot give read-only permission, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, now you can add read-only permission actually.
Okay. Attach policies. Container registry. Ouch. Mason EC2. Container registry.
Yeah, the second one,
Yeah.
read-only.
Read only. Yeah. So I had to click on
Go
create
down,
policy.
go down. No.
Oh, sorry.
So the go down, the create policy will take you to the new console actually.
Yes. Yeah. Attach policy.
Yep.
Okay. So let's try here one more time. Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Thank you, Ramya. So here I'm just specifying here. So I want a Linux, Amazon Linux mission to create it. And its default T3 medium it will create. I mean, it needs big size. The node group will need big size system. So it will default create T3 medium. And here I'll specify the size and how many nodes I want, 1 or 2 or 3 or any nodes, how many missions, how many virtual missions, how many instances you want to create, how many worker nodes you want to create, you can specify here. So for times being, I'm just specifying only 2, minimum of 2, I want to minimum of 2 and maximum how many you want. So it will auto scale it on demand here. It is on demand, right? Capacity is on demand. So it will auto scale. So minimum how many you want. If my demand was more, means it will auto scale and it will add more worker missions to my cluster. So I'm just keeping 5. If there is demand, it should add 3 more, but only 2 should be there. Or else I can give only 2 here and the size of the node is 2 here. So I'm just choosing number or anything you can choose here. And these are the default subnets I'm just using, or these are default things only. And I'm creating the node group here. So it's that this node group should create 2 EC2 instances for this cluster. So let's go back to EC2 instance and let's check whether the instances are created or not. It's not created yet, so maybe let's give some more time for this and we'll check again. Let us see node group is created or not. Oh, this one is cluster, right? Yeah. Yes, our node group is created. It's still a creating status only. So once it was in creating state, once it created, then it will create 2 EC2. It should create 2 EC2 missions for me. Yeah, I can see here, right? So initially there is only one mission, that this is the old mission, old cluster EC2 instance, and this one initializing, these 2 are added now. So you can see here whether it's were created by the EC2 cluster or manually. Here there is a description here, EKS cluster 1, 2, 3, and this is cluster test cluster. So this instance was created by test cluster, and these 2 was created by the 1, 2, 3 cluster 1 to that we just created cluster. Okay, so by connecting to these instances, we can deploy our application. So how to connect to these instances means through kubectl that we just install in my command prompt, right? So let us check whether it will show or not kubectl. I mean, if the kubectl is working perfectly, means it should show the nodes that were created. Let's check kubectl get nodes. If I give this command, it should show the nodes. It is showing only one node, that is, this is a previous one. This is not the latest one. Why? Because it is still initializing. So once it was done, it will show the nodes there. Yeah, it's only one is done. One more has to initialize.
There you go.
No, it's showing only one instance only, Vishnu.
That's a
Still
5
one
years,
instance.
6 hours ago. Okay.
Yeah, it's a previous instance. It's showing, it's not showing the current instances.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to
Maybe-
deploy the sample web application, Rani?
No, Vishnu, I didn't prepare for that. I just prepared up to here only. So today night, I just work out on that. In order to deploy a sample application, I need to create a Docker image and I need to register that into the container registry, and then I need to deploy that. So I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this? Are you going to use Terraform to do it?
Terraform, maybe I'll just check it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So our instance was ready here. So let's check the nodes here. It will show or not. It's showing only one node still. It's showing one node still. It should show that node also, right? Let's try one more time. No,
Yeah.
still showing one.
You can exit from here and reopen that.
Maybe I just close the command prompt and again
Yeah.
I just open command prompt again now. You can see my command prompt, right, Vishnu?
Yeah.
Downloads. So I already installed the Cubectl, right? So let's check we get a nodes or not. It's still getting one node only.
Yeah. So, Rani, I want to understand how you have the connection from your local computer to the Cubectl. Like,
So I just configured by using the access keys and secret keys, Vishnu.
you configured access keys and secret keys.
Yes.
How did you do that?
So I just share the document with you. So I just for a document.
AWS configure?
Yes, yeah. I used AWS configure command.
Can you do it now? AWS configure?
Yeah, sure. So I just come outside once. So here AWS config. So first I installed AWS CLI.
Okay.
And then I just configured here. Configure.
You misspelled it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Configure, right?
Yeah.
AWS. So it will ask me access keys.
Yeah.
So
Can you show the permissions of that access key and secret key?
Yeah, from console, I got this.
Yeah. Who is the user for that access key, secret key?
Root user.
Oh, root user is that. Okay.
Yeah, root user. Yeah.
then you supposed to get those 3 nodes here actually.
Yeah, it should get it.
Yeah, you can enter, and we'll see. Enter,
Yeah.
enter 2 times. Yeah. Now try it one more time.
Cute. Nodes. No, it's showing only one.
One node, that is
Yeah.
v1.21, and the other one also you have the same thing, right? Can you go back to
Yeah.
your AWS, Rani?
Console. Yeah.
Yeah. We cannot see it. Can you minimize this?
Yes. Yes.
So they're up and running. They're ready.
Yeah, ready. Yeah. It should show this, but I don't know why it is not showing.
They're up and running. Okay.
I think it's good. And the one node is showing is that was created by previously.
Yeah, that's
6
okay.
hours back. Yeah, 6 hours back I just created, right? So
Okay.
only.
Get nodes. So when you specifically get nodes, can you look for the command? How do I get nodes from a specific cluster? Can you look for the command? Oh,
Okay.
Rani, did you create any namespace actually?
I didn't create it. No.
You did not create any namespace.
No.
When you don't create a namespace, what happens is it will, yeah, you can go to your
Console
no command line and
command line.
yeah,
Okay.
look for the kubectl namespaces, something
Okay.
like that.
Okay. So do you want me to kubectl
Namespaces.
name SPSCES, right?
Namespace, just remove the S and
Okay. Oh, sorry.
enter.
Any hyphens? No hyphens, right?
No hyphens.
Okay. Error.
Unknown command namespace. Okay.
Mm.
Hyphen namespace actually. You could use hyphen namespace. Let's see. No, that didn't give you the answer.
Just one space,
Get
one
namespace
namespace.
actually. Kubectl
Oh.
get namespace.
Okay. Yeah, it's showing default nodes public system.
That is 16 hours. So the default. Okay. Now I want you to get the parts from a specific namespace. That means I want you to get the nodes from a specific namespace. So you can Google the command actually. I will tell you what to Google, okay?
Okay.
Kubectl command to get nodes from a specific namespace.
Cubectl
We cannot see the screen actually. We
to
can,
get specific name space. How to find my Cubectl namespace? You can see, right? My Google search.
I can see it.
Yeah. Cheat sheet. It's a bash thing. Yeah, I'm just using this one, right? Command prompt.
Yeah, use kubectl get all command, Rani.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to your CMD. Yeah, kubectl.
Kubectl get all commands.
Enter. No. Just all. Get all. Enter.
Oh. It's showing only one cluster, right?
Okay. The next command is kubectl get all -n space -n n as in Nancy, and space ichi default, pick default. You misspelled it. FAULT. Enter.
Same thing it shows.
Okay, replace the default with a kube node lease.
Note.
No, the next namespace, kube node lease. You see that kube? On the namespaces, you see 4 namespaces, right?
Yes.
Yeah, use the second one now.
Cube node lease.
Yeah.
Yes. No resource found.
Okay, use the other one, kube space public.
Nothing is there. Next one.
Yeah.
It's showing something.
No?
No.
Yeah, use this command actually. Cubectl get parts.
Cubectl
Get
get
parts.
yeah.
Parts, PODS, parts.
Port. Okay.
Okay, get parts. Space. -all. Space. No, not space. Sorry, my bad. Namespaces.
Is it correct?
Yeah, enter.
It showed the same namespace.
So they are kube system. How do I check nodes in a Kubernetes command? How do I check nodes in a cluster?
So I just want to do one thing. First, I'll stop the instance that I previously created, right?
Yeah, can you terminate that instance actually?
Yeah, I'll terminate and I'll see that instance whether it will show or not. You can able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So which one I just created here? So this is the instance I created here. So I'll stop it. Stop. Stop instance. So let's try this command. Cubectl. Okay. Nodes. It's still showing one node not ready.
Status not ready. And that was 6 hours ago, right? That's not hours basically.
Yes,
So
exactly.
this is the command that you need to. So nobody's gonna remember all these commands, but kubectl config space
Config.
Yeah, view. Yeah, config.
FIG.
Space.
Config
Yeah.
space.
View. VIEW.
EW. Okay.
So this is the configuration. The
Mm,
cluster.
cluster. Is there any our cluster name? It's a test cluster only here, right?
Test cluster only. Yeah, you see the cluster name is test
Yeah,
cluster.
it is not our cluster.
Can you go ahead and terminate the test cluster actually? You can terminate it.
Yeah, I think I missed one step here, Vishnu.
Yeah, did you miss any configuration step actually?
Yes. I missed one. I just remembered here. 1 second. I'm going to give that one.
And you make sure you tell us what you missed, okay?
Exactly. Sure. Definitely. Yeah. Actually, I need to tell after configuring. Which screen you can able to. Okay.
No. You can minimize this command prompt.
Yeah. So this is the documentation I just followed here for creating a kubeconfig file for Amazon EKS.
Okay.
So here we need to authenticate this cluster that we just created, right? So we didn't authenticate the cluster. I just authenticated the cluster previously, but we didn't do this one. So let's authenticate here now. So let's copy this command here.
Okay.
And
This STS, you know what STS means? It's a security token service.
yeah, so we didn't do that one actually. So that's why it's not showing us.
Okay, now you will get all access that you need. Now
Exactly.
go ahead and, yeah.
Yeah. And again, we need to, yes. Sorry for that. Hello. Sorry, Vishnu.
No worries, you're good.
Yeah. So here, let's change the name of our cluster. Cluster 1, 2, 3, right? We used to CLUSTR. Cluster 1, 2, 3. And the region is yes, East. East 2. So let's configure this one.
Okay.
Yeah, so now new content was added to this one. So now let's try Cubectl get nodes command.
So basically what you are doing is you are adding all your Kubernetes configurations to the
Yes.
.kube.config file. Then
Here
only
you
you will be
go.
able to see
So
it.
showing 2 nodes that we had just created.
Yeah, 19 minutes ago.
Yeah. So I missed the configure this one cluster, this cluster.